I am Tom Merrill, grateful member of this community, and those ushering on in, please take your seats. It's now the time to turn off those devices that connect us to the supposed outside world. We know that in spirit we are already connected. They just get in the interference of electrical sound systems here, so please turn those off. And read your neighbor. Welcome to the Golden Means Center for Spiritual Living. And happy solstice. We honor you wherever you are on your spiritual path, and know that there is something for you here today in the spoken word and music. This morning, please join us in the morning chant, led by our wonderful Goy, followed by spiritual life treatment with our founding, with Paula's founding, Senior Minister, Reverend Karyl.
All of the mysteries and miracles that I observe dinner. And part of my Christmas wish has already been met by some very special people coming to hear me today. So
it's time to light the fourth red candle on our Advent wreath, symbolizing all of the aspects of earthly life that wait for the sun. So we're doing it in the traditional Christian scheduling, which is the 4 Sundays before Christmas. And so this is the Sunday that we know that the people, all of us, look to the sun to return. And so the children are coming down with some people to put on the altar. And I will flip the words up here and then light all 4 candles. So we do all 4 candles this morning.
One little candle lighted on a wreath, the earth below prepares to glow. 2 little candles lighted on a wreath, the plant lifts up its blossom cup. 3
children, it's so easy to see the perfection within them. And I want us to be very clear that within these small bodies, there are mature souls, just as mature as all of us, all grown-up souls, in these little bitty people that are getting used to life on Earth, just like some of the rest of us years and years and years later. So as we bless these children, we come to know at a deeper level that perfection lives within us, and that it has never changed. There's that within us that is as bright and clean and new as these little beings right here. So we also celebrate today what you have become, and you've become parents 7 years ago. And so when a baby is born, parents are created, and that's something that is also, do you see that your skill in parenting is increasing as you go through the years? Very, very active, smart, bright, beautiful beings. And they have a third one at home, so maybe we can entice them back. So I have some, this is Tracy and this is Alan, the parents here. And so I have some questions for you. So your turn is coming. Your turn is coming. So, Tracy and Alan, do you believe that you have been given an incomparable gift by being made into the parents of these children? Will you teach these children the highest truths of life as purely as you understand them, always striving to become wiser, more patient, and more loving yourselves? Will you always love and respect the uniqueness of the life that springs forth from your children as spiritual people with a purpose and a mission on earth? And will you conduct your own lives as examples to your children of divine qualities in action, among which are love, peace, joy, and harmony? And finally, do you promise to nurture your own relationship so that you may be a harbor of contentment for each other, and that your home may be a sanctuary for yourselves and your children, the three of them? So, what are the names that you have chosen for your children? And well, we got to get Harrison here to really bless him. So what I'm going to do with you, blessed children, is I'm going to bless you with some of the things from earth that are very important to you. It actually gives you life. And those things are earth, air, fire, and water. So I'm going to, first of all, give you this beautiful flower, and I want you to smell it. And you can hold it. And Emmy, here's yours. So the smells come to us through the air. It's the same air that you breathe with every single breath. And you take a breath when you're first born, and you breathe and breathe and breathe until you die. A long, long, long time from now. And all of those things that are born on the air come into you. And so we pray that all of the things that come into you through the air are blessed and pleasant. And then here's the fire, and I don't want you to touch it, but you can just look at this fire. Now, the fire keeps you warm, and the fire cooks your food, but there's also a fire within you. And that fire within you tells you what's yours to do in the world. So this right here, and if you, Alan, and you, Tracy, would take a spoon each, this is something really, really sweet. And your parents are going to give you a little taste of it. It is maple syrup. So I want you to just think about this for a minute. That maple syrup comes from the maple tree, and it is made from sunlight. It's made from sunlight. So when you taste this, you're really tasting sunlight. And our hope for you is that your life is as sweet as this maple syrup. So, have a little taste. So we're going to send the rest of that back to youth church. You've got a lot of maple syrup to play with. So this water here is from a holy well across an ocean. And this water has been running through this well for 5,000 years. You can't even think about how long that is. But it's water that's been used to bless children and heal people of sickness for years and years and years. Well, this will heal it. So, Hudson, we behold you as Hudson, Holland, Ida. Thank you for coming to earth. And we behold you as Emerson, Adele, Holland, Ida. And we thank you for coming to earth. Now I'm going to tell you some things that are really, really important. Listen, look at me, and this is really serious. God lives within you, and God gives you things to do. And the way God gives you things to do is that you love doing them already. So what's something that you love to do? It's very good. And what's something that you love to do? Ride a unicorn? Or a magical So, just as God gives you this love in your life, the video games and unicorns, as you grow up, listen to me, as you grow up, God will give you more and more and more things to love and people to love. And that's how you know what decisions to make. And when you forget this morning, when you forget what I said this morning, your parents are going to remind you. Okay? So you are blessed, and we are so happy to have you. And so we have one more promise that you all make, and that is you promise that when you think of this precious family in years to come, because we may not see them too often, but they might come to mind, will you always hold them in absolute love and the perfection of God? And so we have a song to sing for you that's kind of like a song we sang last night, and it has to do with the young God and the young goddess. And it is honoring the God that is within you. So if you could come right over here, and you can stand up here, stand up here, stand up here, come right over here on the edge here, come right here, come right here, that's right here. Okay. Okay, Mommy, you come over here. Okay, so we have one stanza here for Emmy first, and then we have another stanza for Hudson.
What child is this who brings such light that all who see her grow hopeful? The solstice morning that clears our sight rekindles a flame in our soul. This is the solstice child, the maiden brilliant, the maiden wild. Come, beloved, to hold her near, the hope and the light of a new year. What child is this who brings such light that all who see
Good morning. My name is Marilyn Letsos. I am a practitioner with this community, and I've been away for the last 6 months, living on a blower of 2 places. And I just would like to say, I've been streaming almost every Sunday since I've left, and there is nothing like really being here. I love the stream, I appreciate it because it's kept me connected. But when I walk into this room, the love is palpable, and it always brings tears to my eyes, especially when I first come back. So it's just such a joy, such a joy to be here. And in keeping with that, last night's solstice was the most amazing solstice celebration. Our gratitude today is for the crew that made that happen. I got here at 3 because I was part of it last night. I got to be the spinning lady. And I watched these geniuses. Everyone knew what they were doing, and they opened these enormous boxes of spaghetti that were like all these wires. And everyone knew exactly where the wires went. And there was this guy with a ladder who was going back and forth, running up and down the ladder. The cooperation was amazing. And it just happened. It was so much fun. I thought I would be exhausted by 7. Not so, because the energy was great. Thank you so much to everyone who was part of that solstice setup. Thank you. And especially to Bodie and the musicians. It was just an amazing situation. So, for announcements, Christmas Eve, we're having we're carrying on the favorite parts of the traditions of Christmas. And on Christmas Eve, we will have the Christmas story and carols will be sung in our learning center in the fireside room. And 2 of our practitioners, myself and Lori Greer, will also be participating in reading the Christmas story. There is also a Christmas dinner at the Austins. So if you are interested, you can bring a dish. Please sign up over there at the events table to enjoy a festive Christmas dinner with others. Also, there's a 5th Sunday brunch. Our wonderful Jen Walker is hosting a brunch after service every 5th Sunday. And the first one will be this next Sunday. And in order to come, it's very important for you to sign up in advance and organize carpools because the parking is limited near Brett's house. So you need to get together and carpool up. The sign up for that is also on the events table. Now, in 2014, we are going to be studying deeply, and in order to really manifest and integrate the principles in our lives in a higher level, we're getting together once a month to have study groups. And if you are interested in hosting one of these study groups at your house, this can be any time in the evening or during the day. And there is no need to have anything available except hot water and a place for people to meet. So if you're interested in having one of these study groups take place in your own home, there's a sign-up sheet also on the events table for that. Now, in starting out 2014 with the greatest amount of newness and learning, opening to the greatness that is within each one of us, I invite you to take the class. We have many new classes. Reverend Karyl is teaching the principles of financial freedom, and also a class called Prosperity Plus. I'm sure you've heard about both of these classes. Financial freedom will be during the day from 11 to 2, starts January 15th. Prosperity Plus, Thursday evenings from 6:30 to 9:30. There are no prerequisites for either of these classes, nor is there a prerequisite for one of our practitioners, Posey Lyon, who is an actress, a singer, a songwriter, a producer, and a licensed practitioner. And she has written a new class called Become the Oscar Winner and Director of Your Own Life. It's a 4-week class. It will start, this will take place on Tuesday evenings from 6:30 to 9. And I am teaching a class that I love. It's called Self-Mastery. It's about putting that divine self that Reverend Karyl is talking about, that perfect connection, that part of us that already knows that which we're looking for, in charge of our lives. Because so often we take our directions from the outside, we need to go inside where this wealth, this infinite possibility abides, and get our directions, our operating instructions from there. This class has been rewritten by 2 of the most brilliant, besides Reverend Karyl, 2 of the other really brilliant ministers in our movement. And it's really a very, very, really transformative class. This will begin later in February, and it will take place on Monday evenings. So find out more about these. They're all, the details are in your bulletins, and you can sign up over at the table. And thank you so very much. Now to turn this over to our Priestess of Possibility, Reverend Karyl Huntley.
Thank you. I just wanted to say one thing about the Prosperity Plus. We've changed. I'm teaching the first one because there seemed to be a lot more interest in teaching Prosperity Plus 1 than people going into 2. So we'll take 2 in the spring. So Prosperity Plus 1 can be taken by anybody. If you've taken it one time, you can take it again. Many people do. It's a fabulous class in Prosperity Plus, your life's dream. So that's open to anybody. So moving into the talk part, which is going to be a little bit shorter, hopefully, than usual because of all the other wonderful things we have today. Nonetheless, I have saved the best for last, and that is that, of course, our theme for December is mystery. And I know I've said it every single Sunday, but really and truly, for me, this is the ultimate mystery that I'm going to talk about today. The ultimate mystery is us showing up on earth. I mean, think about it. We are immortal spiritual beings, and we created ourselves a body so we could pretend that we're separate from one another. And we come into this earth plane where we do things like eat and make love and dance and interact with these bodies that we have created all the time, being immortal spiritual beings. And each one of us made this decision ourselves, and then it happened. And we are in this amazing dimension that is not very much of the whole universe. I mean, form is like less than 5% of everything that is in the universe, and we chose to do this. We came in here. We have a journey here for however many decades that we're here, and so that's the word for today, is journey. And so it really knocks me out that we are spiritual beings, and we create this body, and we come into this earth plane and have all of these adventures. The principle today is from the book of John in the Bible. It's and the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. Now, a lot of you might have come from a wisdom tradition that talks about this as Jesus, that Jesus was the Word, and Jesus became flesh and dwelt among us. But in all of his teaching, Jesus said, I'm like you. And if that's true, then that is true for each one of us. That each one of us is the Word made flesh, and we dwell with each other. So when we take that word, to me, it means not only the spoken word, but the word of intention, or the word of an idea, which says to me that we an intention in the mind of God, and then we clothed ourselves in flesh. So when we use the example of Jesus, as Jesus was the greatest example that most of us study, the word that was made flesh for Jesus actually is in the book of Isaiah and was written 400 years before Jesus appeared. And this is it. I thought we might have this on PowerPoint, but I don't. But you'll remember it. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. So this was the intention that called in Jesus, who became the Christ. It was an intention that worked in the formless dimension for 400 years until that being came in. So each one of us, if it's true, and I believe it is true, that what happened for Jesus happens for us, that's all that happens here, is that Spirit is made flesh. And so if there was a word that was the intention of you, it would be something like, this is the intention. This person, each one of you, came in to accomplish something. Now the word for Jesus was he came in to accomplish being the Prince of Peace and the government on his shoulders and Wonderful Counselor, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. But each one of us has an intention that was the Word that created us. And we came in to this world of form to accomplish that. That is an immense responsibility and an immense joy. Because just as I told Hudson and Emmy, God plants our intention in us in the form of joy, of deep desire, of something that is so profoundly ours to do that we cannot say no to it. And sometimes that is big enough that it's daunting, to say the least. And we sometimes forget about it because it seems so mammoth. And sometimes even when we set out to do it, we have difficulties. And so, but the mystery of who it is that comes in to accomplish whatever it is undeniable. That is what is replicated over and over and over and over on this earth plane. So here we are, spirits, each one of us clothed ourselves in flesh in the womb of our mother. That's the doorway into this world. What a trip that is. Who thought that one up? But that's where the new souls come in, right? I mean, that's how we all got here. We somehow got planted in our moms and then took our first breath as we were born. So that's the doorway in. And the doorway out is just as amazing. We don't go back into anything. We sort of give ourselves into the dimension from which we came in a space. And people who watch this and experience it over and over again really feel that the doorway between the worlds can be felt, that the actual rending of the dimensions is evident. So, as I was buying all my dear ones' books on Amazon, I got myself a Christmas present this year. It's called Graceful Exits, How Great Beings Die. This is the best thing I could get for me. I love this. Death stories of Hindu, Tibetan, Buddhist, and Zen masters. So get a load of this. After having spent 29 fruitful years in a cave in strict retreat, the Tibetan nun Jetsunla was known to some as the wish-fulfilling gem. In 1959, she had to break her retreat and leave Tibet. Her cousin built her a small mud and grass hut, large enough to hold Jetsunla and 2 visitors. Revered as the highest lama of the area, she would receive devotees the first 9 days of each month and then meditate the rest of the time. A few months before she passed away, she said, "Now I have accomplished what I had to do and achieved everything that I need to. Now I don't have to live any longer. I'm very happy if I can go soon. But before I go, I must see His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, because I have a few words to say to him." About a month later, His Holiness visited Orissa and conferred privately with her for over an hour. She came out from this meeting very happy and said, "Now my last wish is fulfilled. Now I am free to go." Soon after, Jetsunla became slightly ill, and while remaining in meditation posture, she passed away. Another Tibetan nun related that when Jetsunla died, the air was filled with a sweet scent, and the sounds of cymbals could be heard. At the time of her cremation, the sky was filled with rainbows. I know, it's so mysterious and beautiful. The door in and the door out. Nothing better. But in the meantime, we have our work to do. And sometimes it gets a little gnarly, yes? So I have some things to remember while on Earth. Okay, listen up. So, because sometimes this miracle can feel like a burden, right, instead of a miracle. And what a tragedy to have any part of this amazing journey taken up with worry and distress. So we want to get over that worry and distress as soon as we can, unless you really like worry and distress, and that's how you want to spend your time on Earth. But most of us here, I think, don't want that. Okay? So, here's the first thing. Okay, especially in times of challenge. All right. I am an immortal being with a body. You are a birthless, deathless being of God. Just like I told Emmy and Hudson that God lives within them, God lives within you, always, always. And before you came here and after you go from here, there is that union with God that is absolute. That is your essence. You are one with God now and forever. That's who you are. And gratefully, I see that in you. You can see me see that in you. And what's really, really great for everybody is for you to see them as an immortal, birthless, deathless being, one with God. That's when we feel blessed. That's when we're really seen. Okay, next. This is really good for when things get gnarly. My soul deeply wanted this experience. You know, I know that laughter is slight discomfort. But this is really true, and it's very, very useful to remember. Because when you're troubled, and you say, you can even preface this with, "Oh darn," or something even stronger. "Oh darn, my soul deeply wanted this experience." You can do that. But what happens when you say that? When you say, "Well, this is certainly a part of the mystery. My soul deeply wanted this experience. I cannot figure out why, but I am leaning into it." What happens then? Your resistance goes away. And suffering has to do with resistance. So if you take away the resistance and just say, "I don't understand this. This is a part of the mystery. My soul deeply wanted this, and so I'm going to go through it. I'm going to learn from this. I'm going to accept it. I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to figure out, with God's help, why I created this because my soul wanted it." And then miracles happen out of that. And as you're saying, "My soul deeply wanted this experience," you can say this next thing, and that is, "This too shall pass." I'll tell you when something doesn't pass. When something and we worry it like a dog with a bone. You just chew on it and say, this is awful, this is awful, this is awful, this is awful, this is awful. That is when the suffering continues. And that is when you don't let it pass. Because you keep creating it by worrying about it. If you just say, my soul deeply wanted this experience and it will pass, that's what happens. And then you can go on living your earthly life. Now, because circumstances pass, there is the other side to that, and that is this one. My source, and that should be a capital S, my source remains perfect and unchanged. So your source is God. So the circumstances come to pass, but your source remains absolutely unchangeable at your center, saying yes to your consciousness, creating and recreating your life every single day according to your thoughts and beliefs. That doesn't change. What is created changes, but how it is created does not change. This should make us very secure. That I can spin all I want to. I can pretend to be devastated. I can pretend to be poor. I can pretend to be alone. I can pretend anything I want to. And the instant that I turn back to my source and say, the blessings of God are mine, your circumstances don't even have to change, but your awareness of life does. It is exactly the story of the prodigal son in the Bible. This poor Jewish boy spent all his fortune, and he was living with the pigs, which is nothing worse for a Jewish boy than living with the pigs. And he said, I remembered my father's house and turned towards it. And everything changed. I mean, he still probably had to climb out of the pig pen, but he knew that his source was there. So all of this, if you take these together, it's very, very secure and a happy thing. This one is wonderful. I am a miracle, and so is everyone else. You are an unrepeatable miracle. There's nobody like you. There never has been anyone like you. Even identical twins, they start having different experiences before they're born. And so they create different lives. Everyone creates a different life. Now, this is the miracle about your physical birth. And I'm in a little touchy subject here, so I'm going to sort of talk in code. Remember how babies are made. Remember that the mom gives one package of DNA. The dad gives 60 million packages of DNA. Okay? One and one get together. One package from the mom, one package from the dad, which means you are one in 60 million. That's a miracle. You're a miracle. And so is everyone else. One slight change in that, and you would be a different physiology. But you created this body, this sweet home for your soul, because it was something that your soul deeply wanted. Your soul deeply wanted the body that you're living in. Oh, doesn't that just make you feel great? You know, cellulite and all. This is the body that your soul wants. And lastly, the journey will be over at the perfect time, and you will live on. Everybody goes through that doorway home alive and well. And so, what's really important is to realize that every single day on this earth is absolutely precious. And don't spend any more time than you really want to in those pretend experiences of being poor and alone. at the end of your days, at the last breath, nobody is ever sad because they didn't spend more time at the office. They're sad because they didn't see one more sunrise. So you get all your sunrises that you need, and all your sunsets that you need, and all of your times walking in the mud. Because that is what your soul came to earth to experience. So as we end here, go back to those two versions of that sweet song that we sang this morning, What Child Is This? You can think of that by the person sitting right next to you. What child is this? This perfect being that chose this body and these circumstances in which to express their divinity, and then realize that you're being contemplated in the same way. You're the child. You're the perfect one that has made all of the choices for yourself in the way that you have. As we go into the inner work, I want to read a lovely poem by Hafez. It's called A Suspended Blue Ocean. The sky is a suspended blue ocean. The stars are the fish that swim. The planets are the white whales I sometimes hitch a ride on. And the sun and all light have forever fused themselves into my heart and upon my skin. There is only one rule on this wild playground. For every sign Hafez has ever seen reads the same. They all say, have fun, my dear. My dear, have fun. In the beloved's divine game. Oh, the beloved's wonderful game. So going within and realizing that deep fun that Hafez is talking about is joy and beauty. It is connection and oneness. It is peace and harmony. It is creation and creativity. It is all of the beautiful experiences with earth, air, fire, and water, all of them that we can cram into our days and years on this beautiful blue-green planet. And in this moment, we bless the Word that was made flesh, that dwells as us among all of our other beloveds. And so it is. Amen. allotting money that would go in taxes otherwise. If you'd rather it come to us, we would love that, and everybody would love that, because we would be just more prosperous and more ability to have more programs and more goodies for you. So this is the time that many people get a little extra, so that or a lot extra. So please hold your gift, whatever it is, in your hand, and know that not only is this money so appreciated as it moves through this community, but each one of the givers is the gift, the true gift to the Golden Gate Center. And so we give from our hearts to each other, creating this community that we love together. And so it is. Would the ushers please receive the gifts?
Oh, this big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Shining around our community, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna shine around our community. I'm gonna let it shine. Shine around our community. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This big light of mine, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Shining around the whole wide world, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna shine around the whole wide world. I'm gonna let it shine. Shining around the whole wide world. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. One more time. This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This big light of mine, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. 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 Oh, let it shine.
Fantastic offering and all of the love that comes with it. It moves in and through this community, growing it, blessing it, and so it is. Amen. So, some of the cookies and the sandwiches that you have to munch on this morning came from last night's celebration, so please eat it all up.
So they're blessed.
Way nice. And make sure to check out everything to sign up for on the events table, and then the classes on the education table, and be sure to come next week. So with the precious practitioners come forward, and I believe Marilyn's going to pray us out.
Yeah, she spins a mean web.
Practitioners, would you please surround the room with your consciousness? And I invite you to come deep within yourselves, to that part of yourself that always was and always will be. And from there, open with me to that one great life. That life that furnishes all of its creation with all that it would ever need. that intelligence which knows everything, that love that never fails, it unconditionally loves and loves the universe into creation, every moment of eternity. This light is perfect, and this life is my life, and the life of everyone. And so I speak my word into this life that creates following our thoughts, our expectations. It creates what we think and think about. I speak my word into this power for every single person to remember who they are and to turn to that place within where all the answers are abiding, and more than that, where the truth of our being brings that knowledge to us that what is happening to us can always be good. That there is good, inherent, potential good is always there in every situation. And it is our choice to claim it. That whatever may look sometimes have the appearance that may not be good, we can choose to declare good and know it is so. I speak my word for every person to remember, whatever we think we are always more. And so I give thanks for every second of this precious life on this beautiful earth. I give thanks for every person, every being, every animal, every tree, every sunrise, every sunset. That we may live and live to the fullest and call it good. Oh, I give thanks for this and so much more. And release this now into the law, our faithful servant. So be it. And so